Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Nishant and welcome back to my channel. So in this video we'll be talking about Google Ops Agent. So Google Ops Agent is the agent that we install inside the virtual machines or Google instance you can say, and it helps us to generate the data from the applications or from the OS and from all the different variety of even third-party application as well. And why we need it? Because from the hypervisor point of view, when we are monitoring, we don't have access to all the resources inside the virtual machine. At the hypervisor layer or the hardware level, we have a limited access available there, right? So we cannot get all the granular informations from the servers or from the OS specifically. So Google Ops Agent is the agent which installs inside the operating system. In case if you have a open source like Ubuntu, or if you have a Linux, and if you have Windows, so you just install this agent and it can help you to get all the logging and auditing and then all the related informations, and it can be visible on your monitoring dashboard. So it's a part of Google Observability. You can say it's a very the smallest footprint when it comes to the observability, because in Google Observability there are so many products, features and options available, but the agent is, you can say, the least one which helps to generate all the data. The good part about this agent that it can also integrate with the third-party software. If you have a Prometheus, you can directly use the agent, and APIs you can integrate with the Prometheus, so you don't need Grafana to collect those informations from the operating system. So in this video I'll show you how to install the agent and what all informations you can generate and where those information will be visible. So in this video we'll try to cover that. And before I jump directly on the hands-on, let me just give you a little bit brief about it. So first thing, to get the more, because the agent is really vast and it can generate a lot of informations and a lot of features available, so better I would recommend to go to this Google documentation. I really love the Google documentation. They are well organized. Even if you see the color combinations or the theme over here, it looks very appealing and it's very easy. It's like eye friendly, I can say, to read. So you go to this documentations and you will see that Ops Agent overview. You have all the options available. There are some nice video about explanation. Definitely they are better than my video, I can say. So this video you see the Ops Agent and the compute infrastructure. So Ops Agent is basically for, you can say, most of the time it's for the instance only, because the other feature if you see in the compute, which is Cloud Run and other managed feature, they comes with their own monitoring tool, so you don't need the agent to install over there. So mostly this is required when you have the compute, instance, Google instance. So on this document you will see all the options. There are logging feature, what all features we get here, monitoring features, also how you can install, and all the supported operating systems. So in Linux we have Rocky 8, Rocky 9, we have Debian, Ubuntu, then supported compute for ARM architecture, it's there. Agent access required to install this, and there are three different way to install the agent. First, you can, if you are using Terraform, you can, when you write your code, you can specify there, it will install using Terraform also. Second options, from the console you can do it. There is an option when we create a VM, we can select the agent and it will take care of the installation. The third, you can do the manually also. In this video I'll try to show you from the console only, not from the Terraform and not from manually one. The easiest one, the one I usually do, is from the console only, Google console. So on this document you can see all the option or steps available in case if you want to install it. And the good part of that, the installation doesn't require much of configurations or much of efforts. It's very seamless, just one click and you start using the agent. So let's just jump on the console. What I'll do, I'll create one VM here. My instance, I'll put the Nishant test, and since it is the test one, I'll just temporarily create here, and I'll take the smallest one because I'm using for my test reasons. After I creation, I'll delete it. You can see the total cost is showing $90, And by the way, when you create an instance, there is a time that I think maybe by default there is a 1 minute or 15 minutes. I need to double check on this. The billing will trigger after certain time only. So let's say if you are creating a VM right now or instance right now, if you are deleting in short period of time, you will not see any billing related stuff. This is what I have experienced with other features also, but you need to be very quick in that. You need to make sure that you are deleting your resources in that particular time. So that's why most of the time if you are creating your resources for the testing purpose, I would really recommend Terraform, because in Terraform the advantage you will get, you can create in very speed manner and you can delete it also on rapidly manner, because it's just like Terraform destroy command that you need to run for your infrastructure. Here the manual console, the thing is that you need to go each single resources which you have created and then you need to delete the individually. So sometimes that's a time consuming also, and there is a chances that you might left some option. Example, you created instance and you specify that the virtual disk, don't delete the disk, even the instance is deleted. So even if you deleted the instance, your disk is there and the billing will be there. So the best part is that you specify in your Terraform book that what you want to do, and you use that playbook only to manage your infrastructure. So in this video I'll just create, let's say, a small one. OS I will leave it as it is. Data protection, let's say no. Networking I'll just allow, because my plan is that I'll create an instance, I will install the Apache on it to generate the traffic. We will access that Apache web server from the internet, because it will somehow will be will be able to see some traffic over there. So I have to install that. And then here is the observability. Then you will see the install the ops agent for monitoring and logging. So here when you select, you see this. So you have options here where you can check or uncheck, and the moment you click select, there is a logging and monitoring and there is a cost. So when you click over here, you will see all the cost related informations on this page. So you can see, and you can check, like how much cost you will pay if you enable this or use this. So it's a very granular one. You need to go and you need to check the page thoroughly, and then simply I'll click install the agent for now. And security, I'll just leave it as it is, and then do nothing. I'll just leave all these options like this, and I'll start creating the agent. So agent creation, the instance creation usually take less than 1 minute, because it has to go and provision the infrastructure in the backend. Similar, while this instance is creating, you can click here, and I like the one part here, that the code. So in case if you want to destroy or do something with it, so you can simply copy your code from here and you can use it. There is a copy button also. I'll leave it for now. I'll just simply go here. So now my instance is ready. I'll just click here SSH. So now I'm inside my instance and agent is already there. What I will do now, I have already made some configuration ready. So first what I will do, I will install my Apache. I'll first run the sudo apt updates to update the packages, and then I'll install the Apache web server on it. So I'll run both here. Just simply enter permission. Now once this is ready, I have my configuration ready here, which is to configure to basically to collect the telemetry from the app, and it will restart the agent also. So I'll just simply from this particular app, the one we installed, which is Apache. So I'll just simply copy this, and you can see in my script I have specified the metrics, which is Apache and all the related parameters. And I'll just simply copy this and I'll run it. So this you can generate in case if your application is something different. You can use Gemini, which is in the console only, and you can generate the same script or the command for yourself. I think I missed something which is S. Yeah. Let me copy again and I'll paste here. Let me just, I miss again I miss something. Enter. Okay, so this file is there, it's created. Now what I will do, I will just simply restart the agent. This command restart. So while it is restarting and I have this command ready to generate some kind of traffic, or simply what I can do, once it is ready, I can go to web. Let me try this IP, the public IP of interest, the HTTPS. Yes, so you see this, with the public IP address I'm able to browse my Apache. It's there now. So now we need to see how this traffic will be visible. So we'll go to the monitoring and click on the dashboard, and on the dashboard you see there are many options available here. I have metrics explorer, logs, trace, so a lot of details available for different requirement. I'll just simply click for now Apache overview, ops agent, and right now you see there is no traffic at the moment. So I have this command ready. I'll just simply generate some random traffic here. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Let me go to the monitoring dashboard. Refresh here. So still my traffic is not there. I think something wrong with the agent. I still need to restart maybe. Can do something. Let's quickly troubleshoot this. So first we run this. I'll just simply say let's try this, stop, and then start. Okay, so I did manually stop and start. Now let me run this command to manually generate some sort of traffic. Okay, refresh. So you see now. So now you can see some kind of traffic on the console. So request rate, you see the traffic. Also you see other related parameter on this dashboard. So now based on your requirement you can run the filter and you can check the things here. There are many filters available. Here you can do specific ID, you can do by instance ID, machine type. So these all different type of filters. That's it for now. In this video we cover how to create the instance and then how to install the agent and how you see the related informations on the dashboard. I think in the last video, in the same part of the video, there were some issues with the camera. I don't know why it's like this, but that's why I had to create another part of it. So thank you so much for watching entire video. I hope it really informative to you. I hope you liked it. If you do, please subscribe. It really helps me to keep motivated and keep going. Thank you so much. Now simply what I'll do, I'll just go to the instance, the resource, the one I have created. I'll just simply go and delete it. First I'll just click stop, or just I have options here. You can see that I'll simply delete this, keep the graceful shutdown. That's it. So the moment that if you are doing or playing with the Google Console or any public cloud, just make sure you delete or you clean your infrastructure right after you finish your testing, because otherwise it will give you amazing surprises in the billing or in your pocket. So enjoy friends, thank you, bye bye, take care, have a great day.